way you treat others. So if every one of us was a practicing and real Muslim, in the sense that he only says the truth, he's modest, he's generous, he's brave, and he never lies or deceit, he never says bad words, and he's always honest and saying the truth, I believe this would have the greatest impact over anyone who comes in contact with this person. This is part one. Part two, if there are gatherings, if you go to the same school or university, if you have co-workers, if you have people who are your neighbors, you treat them as the Prophet ﷺ used to treat his neighbors, his co-workers, whoever he used to meet. Call them nicely, and you don't have to be direct. You don't have to go to a person, you see him for the first time, and you say, Christ did not die on the cross for you. This is a lie. This is a myth. And you start bombarding his religion. He'll not accept this. You can comment in any way you like. So many times people just chit-chat for 5-10 minutes, and if you're talking to someone, a third person in the same room, and you'd like to talk to him in a different language, you tell this non-Muslim, excuse me, I'm going to talk to him in Arabic because you don't know Arabic, but I have to take your permission first. And he says, yeah, it's okay, go ahead. And I said, this is what the Prophet told us, ﷺ, that we should not talk to each other when the third one is not listening or not understanding. So this is a form of da'wah. Now I gave the man a hadith. I gave him something to contemplate about. And I mentioned the name of the Prophet ﷺ. If I throw seeds like this, I will soon have big, great trees that people would have nice shade under them.
Okay, we have a question here from Brother Abdul Wahab, and he says, regarding the death of my son, is it qadar? And if it is qadar, why there is the question about fidya or not? He wants to know if his death of his son is qadar, then why should a person go ahead and accept fidya? For example, if his son died in an accident, for example.
Okay, so what is the meaning of qadar? It's destiny.
Yes.
It is something that preordained. And what is fidya? It's the blood money. So the brother is asking if his son was involved in an accident and he died, and the driver is obliged to pay blood money because he killed his son by mistake. So he's asking, is it part of his destiny? Was it preordained that his son would be killed? And the answer is yes. Everything that happens was preordained. The Prophet ﷺ tells us that Allah Azza wa Jal, when He created the pen, He instructed the pen to write. So the pen said, "O Lord, what should I write?" Allah told him, write the destiny of all creatures until the Day of Judgment.
Yes.
And this was 50,000 years before Allah created the creations.
SubhanAllah.
So everything has been written down, and our destiny has been already concluded and was written down in the Lawh al-Mahfuz, in the preserved tablets at Allah's side. But why accept blood money? Because this is the penalty the person who did the killing must pay, and it is prescribed by Allah Azza wa Jal. And you as the father or the guardian of the deceased, you have the right to forgive. And Allah encourages us in the Quran to forgive. So if you go to the man and say, listen, keep your money, I don't want it, may Allah forgive you, Allah will reward you, double the reward. But if you take the money, it's your God-given right. So I see no contradiction between being preordained and accepting the blood money.
Okay, Brother Mahbub from the kingdom, from Bahrain, he says, I would like to know if when and how did the Shia sect started?
The Shia started by a man called Abdullah ibn Saba, who was a Jew and could not undermine Islam except by pretending that he was a Muslim. and gathering those hypocrites around him and brainwashing them into the love of Ahlul Bayt to the extreme. He went and tried to convince them that Ali was a god and that he's supposed to be worshipped. And when Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, killed most of them and burnt a lot of them alive, though this is forbidden, and Abdullah ibn Abbas, his cousin, may Allah be pleased with him, also told him that this is not permissible. And he said, well, if this is what they want, they say I'm God, I'm going to burn them. And even while they were being burnt, they said, nobody burns except Allah. Then this is definitely a sign that He's Allah.
SubhanAllah.
And then they went on to say that he was the one who's supposed to be the messenger, and Jibreel made a mistake and went to the wrong person. And this is when it all started. When they, the hypocrites, found that this is the best way to undermine Islam, to divide the Muslims into those who love Ahlul Bayt, and any Muslim who does not love the family of the Prophet ﷺ would not be considered a proper Muslim. But they, went over the edge. And all what their religion is based on is hatred and revenge. Any Shi'i would only seek the revenge of whom? Of Hussein ibn Ali. I didn't kill him. All the Sunnis did not kill him. Why do you want to avenge him from us? And they have this hatred that they teach their children from a very young age to hate anyone who's not part of their sect. And you can see this anger and hatred in their faces. And their religion is based on lie and deceit. We as Muslims, we're an open book. We have the Quran and we have the Sunnah. We follow it. We only follow the footsteps of the Prophet ﷺ. We respect all companions of the Prophet, and we respect greatly Ali ibn Abi Talib, may Allah be pleased with him. We love him, but we also respect Aisha, the wife of the Prophet ﷺ, whom the Shia considered to be a disbeliever, along with her father Abu Bakr, along with the companion of the Prophet Umar, Uthman, and the majority of scholars, of companions.
Okay, quickly, if we can answer this question just before we close up the episode. It's from brother Farouk Ahmed. He says, the name of my son is Munzir Farouk Ashai, and my name is Farouk Ahmed Ashai. Someone told my wife to change the name of her son because it is heavy on his father's life and future. He says, I don't believe in these things, but please clarify to me, in the light of the Quran and the Sunnah, the meaning of my son's name. His son's name is Munzir Farouk Ashai.
Munzir means a warner. And it's like a nadhir. So Munzir is a person who warns and has no effect, none whatsoever, on the father's life or the father's death. It is nonsense. Anyone, brothers and sisters, who come with such a claim must provide his evidence, otherwise throw his allegation in the dustbin, because it's baseless. I am not going to spend my time accepting anyone coming and saying, you have to do this, you have to do that, without proof. Our religion is very simple, but it is authentic.
Okay, Jazakallah khair for your time here on Ask Huda. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward and preserve you, and may we continue to benefit from you, Shaykh Asim.
Jazakumullah khair.
Okay, just before I leave you, a quick reminder of our emails. ask@huda.tv if you have any emails, and we would like you and all the Muslims here and our viewers to continue to support Ask Huda and all the programs on Huda TV. You can do this by writing that email to support@huda.tv. And don't forget to always visit our website, www.huda.tv. I leave you in the care of Allah, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
If my love is attached to thee, then from sins I will be free. Each time my heart will beat, your name will resound with heat. Allah is my heart's speech, your mercy is what I beseech. Keep in my heart your remembrance, and in your deen allow me to advance. Help me in my quest, permit me to pass the ultimate test. Help me in my quest, permit me to pass the ultimate test. Permit me to pass